What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. I have a quick video for you today. We see a U.S. recession forecast hits 100% as inflation rages, according to the latest Bloomberg economics forecast model that was released on Monday. Well, folks, we're technically already in a recession. It's just you don't have your mainstream media covering it and telling you that. We're ready to print almost declining GDP for a third straight quarter. Here we see that the latest recession probability models by Bloomberg economists forecast a higher recession probability across all time frames, with the 12-month estimate of a downturn by October 2023 hitting 100%. It's just a matter of them starting to propagate it. But October 2023 looks like that's when we have a 100% chance of hitting that recession. Here we see Mag 10, who puts out a lot of charts. He says, here I take average real wages minus the housing costs, which is price multiplied by the mortgage rate, to give an idea of what happened to housing affordability this past year relative to the past. The Fed is destroying the middle class while keeping asset prices inflated. And so you see here that it's just taken a straight line down, right, since 2020. And this is something, I've been saying on this channel, that people aren't realizing their wealth just being taken and destroyed from them. And it's happening in real time. And the affordability of a lot of things has just gone down the drain. And you're feeling it as a consumer. And this chart is a good indicator of that. We see this from Bank of America. The average FICO score on consumer credit cards was 770, which is a really good score. On auto loans was 789. On new mortgages, it was 768. On home equity lines was 792. These are some crazy statistics showing that a lot of people that are taking out these loans have good credit scores. And so here you see consumer credit worthiness remains strong. And I think what you're going to see is the Fed's going to keep hiking until there's pain. And what's coming, it's just wait and see. I think there's unemployment is still very low. And I think they want to get that to a pretty high percentage and destroy the consumer demand. But here it is. Here's statistics. You can go ahead and pause the video and just read it for yourself. Here we see another chart of the second biggest capitulation since 2006. This is the U.S. equity capitulation indicator. And we see how the equities market has reached levels that you haven't seen since the GFC. And so, folks, this is, you put into perspective the amount of debt and the levels that the market has reached thus far. We're in for something a lot worse. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's coming. It's coming. Here we see housing demand has likely fallen off by more than 30% in the past year nationally. And this person said housing demand in Austin is down 52.7%. And here you see those numbers being reflected. There's a huge migration towards Texas. Now you're starting to see that die off. A lot of people have family that's in Texas, and they tell me that homes have just become unaffordable for the people, the residents of that state, because you have people moving in from these West Coast cities, East Coast cities, down to these states, and they are selling their homes for a lot more. And that money goes a lot further in these states. So leaving the residents basically in a very tough situation because they're outbidding them. So, and that's why you saw the demand skyrocket, but now it's down in the gutter. It will most likely keep falling. And this is the end of it. Okay, so keep in mind, these charts are very insightful and should help you guide guide you in your planning for the future. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.